Yesterday, Joe Biden actually proposed something left of center and good, releasing his version of a watered down but still really solid Green New Deal, basically. A $2 trillion climate plan over 4 years. Again, trying to give credit where it's due. He's not just coasting on Trump imploding. He is trying to give people something to vote for and is listening to some of the progressives. Here is him explaining the plan yesterday.
That's why today I'm releasing my plan to mobilize millions of jobs by building sustainable infrastructure and an equitable clean energy future. In my first 4 years, we're going to give 4 million buildings all across this country the same energy makeover that you get here at Chase, the Chase Center. It's going to create at least 1 million jobs in construction, engineering, and manufacturing in order to get it done. It's going to make the places where we work, we live, we learn, healthier, improving indoor air quality and water quality. It's going to save tens of billions of dollars in energy cost over time. That's all real. We're not just going to focus on commercial spaces, though. We're going to give direct support to help families do the same thing for their homes.
Typically struggling to talk a little bit, which is not great to see with the debates coming up. But hang in there, Joe. The creation of jobs aspect, though, on a lighter note, that's the Green New Deal aspect that he's clearly incorporating. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Varshini Prakash of the Sunrise Movement were co-chairing the joint Sanders and Biden climate task force, which they announced in May, and I think that's clearly paying off and showing here in the details that there were a lot of the things that AOC and the Sunrise Movement have been pushing for. I mean, again, just credit to Ocasio-Cortez for pushing the Green New Deal onto the national stage, because I think it's really palatable for a lot of people. Infrastructure projects, creating jobs while also helping the planet. I mean, I think that plays in many areas of the country, even with independents. Also, you could see when you read articles detailing the plan, a lot of it was taken from Jay Inslee's climate plan when he was a presidential candidate decades ago, it feels like. And then Elizabeth Warren ended up adopting many of what Inslee proposed in her plan. So there is bad, though. No ban on fracking. He does not seem to mention fracking whatsoever, which should be a part of that. And he doesn't outright try to ban fossil fuels, which who would have expected Joe Biden to do that? But the ban on fracking is disappointing, and he sets the goal of net zero emissions by 2050, which is way, way, way too late and only aligned with the Paris Climate Accord, which is basically the last possible moment before the apocalypse hits. It should be more progressive than that, more ambitious, but I'm going to focus on the good a little bit here, and there is a lot of good too. So, yay! Good job, Biden! Giving you some credit here. Biden's plan aims to eliminate carbon pollution from the power sector by 2035. The plan comes with a $2 trillion price tag over 4 years, higher than his previous 10-year $1.7 trillion plan. 40% of clean energy investments will be earmarked for disadvantaged communities, so addressing environmental racism there, good. Biden's campaign doesn't describe its new plan as a Green New Deal, but it follows a similar strategy of emphasizing how aggressive climate action could create jobs. In particular, the plan presents this climate push as a way to help the U.S. recover from the economic crisis brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. He foresees 1 million new jobs tied to making electric vehicles and charging stations. Millions more union jobs could come from building greener infrastructure. Biden wants to build sustainable new housing and upgrade millions of buildings and homes, which he says would create at least another 1 million jobs. He also wants to invest in zero-emissions mass transit. Look, I like it, and it's better than what I expected from Joe Biden. Do I necessarily believe he's going to fight tooth and nail for this? Do I believe Biden's going to fight for much of anything as a human being right now? No, if he's president. But what this is indicative of, and why he's different from Hillary Clinton, who was more combative with Republicans, but still also more vitriolic to the left, even though Biden is probably to the right of her in terms of policy. The thing about Biden, though, is he listens to whoever's in the room. And now AOC and the Sunrise Movement are in the room. He may not aggressively act on it, he may not fight like hell for what they're saying, but he will listen in a way that HRC, Hillary Clinton, never did. And I think that is important, and I think that that's showing. So, look, this is a good step, and if he's president, I hope he follows through. The left is going to have to make sure that he does through aggressive pressure.